G'day everyone, today we're going to take a look at the 2022 release from SDS Models of the 81 class locomotive in HO scale. So just before we get into this review, I thought I would just make it clear that I paid for this model out of my own money, and none of this is sponsored or donated, so all thoughts and opinions are my own. So in this review, we're going to take a quick look at the prototype, what's in the box, we'll have a close look at the locomotive, take it for a spin around the Australian Model Railway Association's layout in Melbourne, and of course I will tell you my thoughts at the end. Now everything that I talk about in this video is time-stamped in the timeline, so if there is a part that you want to skip to or come back to, it's all there for you to check out. So before we get into the video, don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with all the videos that I've got coming out, just like this one, in the future. So let's start with some prototype information. 84 81 class locomotives were built by Clyde Engineering in Kelso, near Bathurst, New South Wales, between September 1982 and February 1986, with a further 4 built in 1991. These are standard gauge diesel-electric locomotives with a Coco wheel arrangement. These versatile locomotives have seen work across the country, doing everything from pulling passenger trains, long-haul freight, and even shunting duties. And now in 2022, all the locomotives except for one, which is 8147, which was written off in an accident, are still in active service today. And if you do want to learn more about the 81 class locomotives, I'll put all the appropriate links in the description below. So SDS released this model in 2022, initially with the DC Candy models being available first, followed by the DCC and SoundQuip models also in the State Rail Authority Candy livery. At the time of making this video, which is late October 2022, there are still more to come, being Bicentennial, Freight Rail, National Rail, and Pacific National. So here's what you get. The model comes in a box lined with styrofoam. And that's it. For the DCC model, you do have a quick start guide printed inside the top of the box. As well as that, you do get the paperwork with exploded diagrams in case you want to pull this thing apart. Another piece of paper with a model overview, how to remove the body, maintenance, installation of a DCC decoder, the lighting switches, spare parts, and warranty information. Now I've picked myself up 8170 in Candy, and this is DCC and factory sound fitted. Although this release from SDS has 40 different road numbers and liveries in the pipeline, with 4 different body types to represent these locomotives over their 40 years of service. These models do share a majority of the same features. So let's have a look at that. These models are ready to run, factory painted and decorated, with 13 liveries available. They've got precisely tooled ABS plastic bodies, sitting on blackened semi-scale metal wheels, number 110. There is, or rather will be, 4 different car body styles, tooled representing all the livery applications. These models come with a solid die-cast metal chassis, which includes sound enclosed speakers, which is also fitted with a standard 21-pin motherboard. In the DCC and SoundQuip models, they are fitted with ESU lock sound decoders. The model is powered by a 5-pole skew-wound electric motor. The 81s are fitted with genuine KD scalehead whisker couplers. They have separately applied metal detail parts like mirrors and stainless steel handrails, brass horns, and plastic brake piping. The bogie frames are highly detailed with separately applied brake parts and separately applied air hoses. Staying with the bogies, these are all-wheel drive and all-wheel electrical pickup, and will operate on a minimum of 18-inch radius curves. All models are fitted with LED headlights, marker lights, number boxes, and ditch lights. There are 2 switches under the body for the DCC lighting operations, simply being on and off. SDS do say that it is fitted with a detailed cab interior, although there are visible wires in the cab. However, this can only be seen on very, very close inspection, and I'm sure if they had included crew, this might have helped hide these. So that's it for the specs. So as this is a DCC and sound fitted model, we're going to start it up and listen to some of the sound features, and then we'll take it over to the AMRA Club in Melbourne to give it a good run around the layout.
What you got half an hour like that? It's decent. It's not cheap. It means it's got the speaker in it, but not cheap. Yeah. How much did you pay for it as well? Yeah, that's decent.
So I guess that's all the information and running out of the way. So what are my thoughts? It's a solid runner, quiet when the sound is off, and a nice, loud, clear sound when the speakers are on. A single locomotive can easily pull a 10-car Precision Indian Pacific set and a normal 80s era freight rake around the AMRA Layout without any problems. And this layout does have some tough grades. The paintwork is also very good. Nice and clean and well executed, and I can't see any flaws on mine. It looks good, the build quality is good, and the details are very nice. So all of that aside, there are some things that I would have liked to have seen with this model. Things like cab lighting, fitted crews, or even just including figures to be added if desired. And lastly, separately applied builder's plates as per the prototype. However, I do realise I might be asking a bit much on such a small scale. Now, the $335 or $465 question. Would I buy another one? And am I happy with the one that I got? The answer is absolutely. Now, these still, once again, at time of shooting this, are still available for order in some configurations and schemes. And the mail-away forms are still available from SDS. However, personally, I am still very apprehensive about mail-away forms, so I would recommend going through your local SDS stockist, or even pick one up at an exhibition if you can. Now, this model is prime for weathering, so I'm going to send it away to get professionally weathered with my mate Andy at Andrew's Weathered Trains. So there we go. If you do have any thoughts about this review and locomotive, please leave it in the comments section below, and I will of course leave all the appropriate links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave you with some more running shots. Hooroo! Mm-hmm.